What if I told you that the very thing you've been doing to manifest your desires is actually pushing them further away? You've spent hours visualizing, affirming, and scripting, yet your reality looks the same. You see other people talking about manifesting things instantly, making big changes quickly, and getting what they want easily. But for you, it feels like a never-ending struggle. You ask yourself, why is it not working for me? What am I doing wrong? And here's the truth most people don't want to admit. Manifestation is not about doing more. It's about becoming. And right now, without even noticing it, you're trapped in a cycle that keeps you being the version of yourself who still doesn't have what you want. If you are trying to get something, you are already identifying as the version of you who doesn't have it. And the universe, your own consciousness, can only reflect that back to you. Think about it this way. When you breathe, do you ever doubt that there will be enough air for your next breath? No, you don't even think about it. You simply breathe, trusting that the air is there. That's the state of knowing, of already having. Now compare that to how most people approach manifestation. They hope, they wish, they try, and every effort, every technique, every affirmation is done with the underlying belief that I need to do this in order to get what I don't have. But what if you flipped the script? What if, instead of trying to get, you simply assumed you already were the person who had it? Neville Goddard's teachings go beyond techniques. He taught that you don't manifest what you want, you manifest what you are. If you persist in being the version of yourself who hopes and tries, you will continue to exist in a reality where you are always hoping and trying. I know this might sound frustrating. You've spent hours listening to manifestation videos, repeating affirmations, scripting, visualizing, and yet here you are, still feeling stuck. But ask yourself, in all that effort, have you truly felt like the person who already has what you want? Or have you been reinforcing the identity of someone who is trying to manifest? You don't have to make manifestation work. It already works effortlessly. It's the law. The question is, are you aligning with the version of you who already has what you desire? Or are you aligning with the version of you who is always trying, waiting, and doubting? When you fully step into the knowing that it is already done, your external world has no choice but to shift. Reality is not something outside of you that needs convincing. It is simply reflecting your state of being. So, stop trying to get what you want. Be the version of you who already has it. That's when the chase ends and the manifestation becomes inevitable. Most people don't realize that the very act of trying to manifest keeps them in a perpetual state of not having. They visualize with the energy of lack. They affirm with the energy of doubt. They script with the energy of waiting. And the universe, your own consciousness, has no choice but to reflect that state back to you. Think about it. If you sit down to visualize your dream relationship but deep down you're thinking, I really hope this works because I don't have it yet, what are you actually telling your subconscious? You're reinforcing the identity of someone who is waiting for love, not someone who has love. If you repeat affirmations like I am wealthy, but with an undertone of desperation, you're not convincing your subconscious that you're wealthy, you're reinforcing the belief that you are not. You're constantly telling yourself, I need to affirm this because I don't actually believe it's true. And that's why traditional techniques fail for so many people. It's not about the technique itself, it's about the state from which it's done. Neville taught that you do not need to force reality to change. Reality is an echo. It is a mirror reflecting your internal state. So if you're practicing manifestation techniques with an energy of lack, of trying to get something outside of you, all you're doing is reinforcing the version of you who is still seeking, still desiring, still lacking. I want you to really let this sink in. If you had your desire right now, how would you feel? How would you think? How would you act? Would you still be spending hours obsessing over techniques, or would you simply go about your life with a quiet confidence, knowing it's already yours? The moment you stop chasing and start being, everything shifts. It's not about making the universe give you something. It's about stepping into the version of yourself that already has it. And when you do that, manifestation becomes effortless. So what does it really mean to stop doing something to manifest? It means stopping the obsession with trying to force an outcome. Stop constantly checking for results. Stop analyzing every little thing for signs. Stop doubting whether it's working. And stop reinforcing your old self-concept of someone who is struggling. Because here's the secret, your desire already exists. It is already done. The only reason you don't see it yet is because you keep identifying as the person who doesn't have it. Every time you look at your current reality and react to it as if it's more real than your internal state, you are reaffirming that you are still the person waiting for your manifestation, instead of being the person who already has it. Neville called this living in the end. Not just thinking about the end, not just visualizing the end for a few minutes a day, but actually being the version of you who already has what you want. This is the difference between daydreaming about a desire and truly assuming it as your reality. Let's say you want to manifest love. Right now, if you're feeling lonely, wondering when they'll show up, questioning whether you're doing it right, or trying to control how it happens. You're identifying as someone who wants love, not someone who has love. And here's the key: as long as you continue to view yourself as someone who wants something, you will stay in the state of wanting. And the state of wanting only produces more wanting. It cannot create having. But what if you fully stepped into the self-concept of someone who is already loved? What if, instead of feeling like you are missing something, you felt like your love was inevitable, that it was already yours? How would you wake up in the morning? Would you wake up with anxiety, or would you wake up feeling content, fulfilled, and excited about your day? How would you carry yourself throughout the day? Would you walk with confidence, knowing you are already in the perfect relationship, or would you still feel like you're missing something, like you need to fix yourself to be worthy of love? What thoughts would you naturally have? Would you still worry about whether you're doing manifestation techniques correctly, or would you simply enjoy your life, knowing that love is already a part of it? Your work isn't to force the external world to change. Your only work is to become the version of yourself that naturally experiences the reality you desire. And when you do that, reality has no choice but to shift to match it. And here's where most people trip up, because they don't feel like that version yet. They think they have to do something to get there. They think they need to say more affirmations, visualize harder, meditate longer, or follow the perfect manifestation technique. But in truth, the only thing keeping you from feeling like that version is your attachment to the old story. The story where you are still searching, still trying, still waiting. Imagine this: if you woke up tomorrow with complete memory loss, and someone told you that you were a millionaire, deeply in love, and living your dream life, you would accept it without resistance. You wouldn't question it. You wouldn't doubt it, you wouldn't try to force it, you would simply embody it. And because you believed it, you would naturally act in ways that confirm it. This is why Neville emphasized that assumption hardens into fact. The moment you assume it to be true and stop looking for proof, it becomes your reality. The only reason you haven't fully stepped into your desired reality is because you are still identifying with your old self. The one who is waiting, the one who is searching, the one who is hoping. But you don't have to keep doing this. You don't have to keep waiting. You don't have to keep searching for the next technique or the next secret. Your only job is to embody the version of you that has what you want. Not to force it, not to chase it, just to be it. And the moment you truly step into that identity, the external world must shift to match it. So let's make this real. Let's apply this right now. Think about the thing you've been trying to manifest the most. The one thing you keep feeling stuck on. The thing that you desire more than anything else. Maybe it's love. Maybe it's financial freedom. Maybe it's confidence in yourself. Now ask yourself, who am I being right now? Am I being the version of me who already has it? Or am I still being the version who is waiting for it? If you're honest with yourself, you'll see that your current state is reinforcing the delay. The way you feel, the way you think, the way you act, it's all keeping you locked in the reality where you don't have what you want yet. So right now, shift. Decide that you are already the person who has it. Not tomorrow, not next week, right now. How do you walk when you already have it? How do you think? How do you respond to life? How do you show up in the world? If you can hold this new state, even when the 3D doesn't reflect it yet, you have already won. Because the 3D world is just a shadow of your internal world. It is the past. It is a reflection of your old assumptions. And once you shift internally, reality has no choice but to follow. The truth is, you were never meant to struggle with manifestation. Your desires have always been waiting for you. The only thing standing in the way is the version of you that keeps believing they're not already yours. You don't have to force this. You don't have to keep searching for the next technique. You just have to become. So right now, ask yourself, who am I choosing to be? Because the moment you truly decide, your reality will catch up. Now, if this resonated with you, and you're ready to finally embody the version of you who has everything you want, then don't just sit with this knowledge, act on it. Drop a comment below. I am the version of me that has it all. Declare it. Own it. Because once you claim it, the universe has no choice but to reflect it back to you. And when you do, watch how effortlessly your reality begins to shift.